I don't believe transgenders are born. I don't believe homosexuals are born really either, but I believe they're created. And this is how they're created. And in this episode, I'm going to show you how they're created, or at least how I believe they're being created. And then people can help me out in the comments below. Let me know what you think.
Let's talk about facts.
If you want to have intellectual discussions.
Spiritually oriented, a beautiful fact.
Who you are beyond the personality.
I'm a human being, same as you. Be who you are.
But to answer your question,
what is really going on?
And let's get into this.
And what is happening, Wirgo Warriors? Welcome to the wonderful world of Wirgo, the place where we get to ask, what is really going on? In this episode, what we're asking is, how do you make a transgender? Well, I'm going to show you. I don't believe transgenders are born. I don't believe homosexuals are born really either, but I believe they're created. And this is how they're created. And in this episode, I'm going to show you how they're created, or at least how I believe they're being created. And then people can help me out in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Now, it is true to say that we have physical bodies. Yeah, I think we can all agree with that. I'm a physical body right in front of you. And this physical body is male. And often, like my wife is a female. There's a partnership with females. There is something called intersex. We're not going to chat about intersex because it's just a small population of people that it's an abnormality of nature. That doesn't mean they're any less or any more. It doesn't mean any of these things. It's just the way of looking at it. The general rule is everybody's born either male or female. Now, within our world of concepts and imagination, we put words to things. So one of the imaginary words we create is man and woman. I believe they meant different things once upon a time, but within our language and the language I grew up in, a man was just simply a male that has gone through an entire experience of childhood and reached adulthood within the human species. And a female is the same, a woman is the same, but only with females. Now, internally, we have both masculinity and femininity, all of us, just in different levels. This is why they say we are made in the image of, In general, internally, males produce a lot more testosterone than females, and females produce a lot more estrogen than males. This is to go with a unique partnership between what we refer to as man and woman, or male and female. Now, what I'm going to show you here is that due to the last 20 years, our testosterone in men especially has been dropping significantly, and they reckon we have now like 50% less than we did like 50 to 100 years ago, and even more going back there. Now, why is this? Now, you can put it down to lots of different things. I'll stick links in. I may even put something at the end of this to show one of the doctors that I watched talking about this kind of thing. But they're generally saying that there are many different things, such as food, water, pollution, ideologies, I suppose we want to say, lack of masculine leaders, fathers in the home, that kind of thing. Now, I know everybody talks about this kind of stuff, so I'm sure it's got truth to it somewhere. Another big one that a lot of doctors talk about is receipts. Now, you may not handle your receipts as much, but cashiers do. And then cashiers handle your money and give you your money. So this dye is all over our money, and everybody is handling money. Now, yeah, some people are going cashless now, I suppose. But there's a lot of other things that contribute to this. And it's supposed to be an actual fact that our testosterone, especially in people like myself, is lowering. And through correct diet and exercise and lifestyle choices, you can raise your testosterone back up. But with our testosterone in men is lowering, then of course we can understand that internally we're going to start feeling a lot more feminine. Right, what I'd like you to do is just take a look at this diagram. As you can see, the blue marking testosterone and the pink marking estrogen, and you can see in both the male and female on the screen, we have both these things. Men, more testosterone in general, and women, more estrogen in general. If you take away the man's testosterone, as you can see, and you have estrogenated foods as we have today, such as chicken, soy, and other products, you're going to see that the estrogen in men is going to raise and the testosterone is going to drop. Now, look at the difference between man and woman. They're looking the same now. So externally, you can see they present as male and female, but internally, they're both feminine. Very easy to see where gender dysphoria comes from now, and how a lot of men are starting to feel a certain way. Lack of testosterone in both men and women is a high rise of mental health. When you see a lot of transgenders on the TV, not all, but a lot of, you will see a significant amount of mental health in the way they conduct themselves, the anger, the issues they seem to have. And this is rife throughout the board. I'll put some examples up towards the end. All I want you to see here is through our diet, through everything, our food, our air we breathe, the water we drink, even the ideologies we're now passing on to people, you can see that testosterone is dropping, estrogen is raising, and our internal values are swapping. Men are becoming far more feminine across the board. Homosexuality is on the rise and has been for a long, long time. This explains this also. But now we've come to a place where it's gone past just homosexuality, where people would have probably just been gay or homosexual. They are now believing even more and more that they have to change their body to match their internal values. If this is being taken from us, why is it that we're not offering testosterone back to the men that are starting to feel like women, especially in children? Now, children go through a very feminine phase when they're little kids. I'm pretty sure, you'd have to check this, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't little boys once. They were all little girls because we understood that little children were highly feminine. And what we're doing now, we're conflating the femininity in little children with the femininity in our teenagers and men that are happening because of testosterone drop. And little kids don't have a lot of testosterone. They just simply don't. Little boys don't have a lot of testosterone. Their testosterone kicks in at puberty. I think that might be the same for females. So of course little boys are more susceptible into thinking they're little girls, especially when adults are setting an example, saying, we are female. You're not female, you're feminine. And you're feminine because your testosterone levels are low and your estrogen levels are up because of your diet and everything. You're literally being created right in front of you, but you can't see it because they're not telling us. All I wanted to do here is to prove to you that this is how you make a transgender woman. As for transgender man, I'll do that next time. But we're just focusing on transgender woman at the moment because it's a lot more understandable to me and a lot more straightforward, I believe. When I say straightforward, I do not believe that this is all cut and dry. This is easy, to understand. This is not easy to understand. This is very difficult to understand for a lot of people, and I understand that. All I'm trying to do is use this as a learning exercise to ask you what you think is going on here. Have I hit the nail on the head here? Is this what's happening? Is our testosterone levels dropping? Are our estrogen levels rising? Are we men starting to feel being created into feminine men? Some people call them beta men. Right guys, that's it for the show. What I'd like to do is have you give me your opinions so I can learn from this and tell me, am I correct here? Is this how you make a transgender woman? I'd say get everybody to look at this. Doctors, schools, anybody. And everybody discuss. Is this what's really going on?
Hey Trash, so I'm here at Walmart. It's almost Pride Month. Unfortunately, our high school year ends just before June begins.
My pronouns pin is literally on my apron.
Hey Miss Mulvaney, this is Elsa Baird. She says hey too.
It is not our job to inform you or educate you on